The holidays can be a busy time with so much to prep for: shopping, decorating, and of course, gift giving. Scotch brand gift wrapping expert Amber Kemp Gerstel joins us to help by sharing her favorite wrapping, packing, and shipping tips and tricks. All right, Amber, so where do we start?
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Well, you know that face that you make when you receive a gift that maybe is in a bag, or maybe it's unwrapped, or even worse, it's like a last minute re-gift? How dare you? Well, up until now, that face has not had a name, but the Scotch brand has come up with a name for that phenomenon, and we're calling it resting gift face. So I think that's pretty funny, first of all. But that face is about, you get it and you're like, I would have loved if this was a little more thoughtful. But now we're focusing on how to take a hand-wrapped gift and really make it a thoughtful presentation with Scotch brand. And I have 3 tips for you for exactly how to do that. Now, my number 1 tip, maybe the most important, is Scotch gift wrap tape. It melts into the wrapping paper and creates a nearly flawless finish so that you almost don't see where those folds or where that tape is, which really is great for beginners who may not be perfect gift wrappers, because that's not the point. The point is really putting thought behind the gift that you're giving. Number 2, I would recommend sticking with a theme, and that really creates a cohesive kind of presentation, especially if you're gathering gifts around a table or a tree. And to do that, just pick maybe a similar color or similar imagery throughout your wrapping paper, because again, even if the wrapping isn't perfect, it's going to look really good all together. Last tip, I would highly recommend making sure you cut your wrapping paper before you wrap your gift. None of that kind of like wrapping it and then like trimming off the excess. That can create a lot of paper waste. And if you do it this way, if you cut it before, you'll have that extra paper and you can use it to wrap maybe smaller gifts or turn it into a little bow, and you can tape that onto the gift. So those are my 3 tips to kind of hopefully get you started towards gift wrap greatness.
I love that resting gift face. That is so ridiculous. I love it. Okay, so for people who find gift wrapping overwhelming, what advice or tips do you have for them to get started?
Well, my first tip for getting started is take the pressure off yourself. You do not need to create a gift that looks like a parade float. It does not need to be over the top and perfect. Really, we wanted to show that there's some thought put behind it. You didn't do this last minute, and you put a little bit of extra effort into it. So that's my number 1 tip. Be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself. This time of year is busy enough.
I couldn't agree more. So how do you handle sending gifts to friends and family that might live, far away? What tools do you recommend using to ensure that they get their gifts safe?
That's a great question, because I know me personally, I am sending gifts to family who live in different states. And my number 1 tip is to get yourself a good sturdy shipping box, because if you don't have that, you're going to get dense and it's not going to be great once it shows up. My second tip is to use the Scotch brand heavy duty packaging tape. You use 1 strip across the top and you're done. It's going to be kind of like, sealed up in there. You know that your gift is safe and it's going to get shipped off and it's going to arrive safely. And you can use that same heavy duty packaging tape to kind of add decorations to the front of your gift box or your shipping box, and that makes it so like when it arrives, they know that there's something really fun and good inside. It's like, it's exciting. That it's just not like a boring package. This is something really cool. I want to burst into it and see what's inside.
I love it. I love that a lot. Okay, so this one's really for a lot of us guys out here. So can you share some tips for wrapping oddly shaped or bulky items? This has always been a bane for me.
That's a great question. In my head, when you ask me, I think of like if you had to wrap a golf club or something. For me, it's my kids. Maybe I'm wrapping a soccer ball or a teddy bear, something squishy. And my tip here is wrap it a bit looser. Don't kind of like try to fit it perfectly to the item, because then it can tear easily. What you're going to do is just fold it loosely around the item. I use a Scotch gift wrap tape here to just seal the folds, and that way, even if it's not perfectly wrapped, you know that those folds are securely in place. And then also just fold up the ends, seal it in place. If it doesn't look the way you want, honey, just take some extra tape and just put a bow or something on top of it. It's fine. Again, the idea here is to make people feel special. It does not need to be the perfect, and they're going to rip it open pretty soon anyway. So that's how I would do it.
I love it. I love that. Very, very good advice. It doesn't need to look perfect, guys. It just needs to be wrapped. You're going to rip into it anyway. So I like that advice. I totally agree. All right. So lastly but not least, so can you share some quick tips for someone, who might be in a hurry but still wants a well-wrapped gift?
Someone in a hurry? Oh, I know nothing. I know everything about that, because I also am always in a hurry. So this gift right here is a great example of how you can create a beautifully wrapped gift without a lot of time. So what I did here was I used Scotch gift wrap tape to put some ribbon around the gift, wrapped it around a couple of times, and then put a little embellishment on the front, and I'm done. It took less than a minute to wrap this gift. And it's beautifully presented. It looks like a lot of thought went into it, and it did. And the recipient's going to feel really good about it. No resting gift face here, only happy gift receivers, and that's what we're going for.
I love that. No more resting gift face. I dig it. Okay, Amber, before I let you go, where can we go for more information?
You're going to go to scotchbrand.com/holiday, or if you're on Instagram, go ahead and head to @scotch. Really simple. And for more tips and tricks on how to make this gift wrapping season the greatest ever.
Excellent. Amber, thank you so very much for your time this morning. This has been a very fun conversation. And guys, if you want to watch this segment again or others like it, make sure you head over to First Coast News Plus.